Coming to the end of the road, the end of the line. Running in and out of excuses and out of time. So the government is talking about unemployment benefits right now, extending the unemployment term an extra 3 months, as though what, in 3 months the economy is getting ready to explode with abundance for the average citizen. I think we know that's not true. But hey, if you actually are eligible for unemployment, you should fight for unemployment. You know why? Because even though they call them unemployment benefits, it's actually unemployment insurance. And the reason that you know that for sure is because if you haven't worked and put into that pot, you're not eligible for unemployment insurance. You're not even eligible for it if you haven't worked. And if you look at your pay stub, you can see the money that is going toward your unemployment benefits, but it's really unemployment insurance, money that they took from you over the years, and then they put it in different pots and bet on it on the stock market. And I can only use the term bet on it because the stock market is just white collar Vegas. And so they take your money out of your check, put it in this fund, bet on this money, negotiate with this money, and then turn around and tell you, well, we maybe will let you keep getting your money back. That's the way the government thinks. The government system, that's the way they think in that box. So I'm going to encourage you, if you are on unemployment, fight for your unemployment insurance benefits. Yeah. That's what they are. Just like disability. If you've been paying into disability, those are your disability benefits. If you're paying into Social Security and you're getting older and you're getting your Social Security benefits, they're actually Social Security insurance. It's all insurance. That's what do you think the insurance industry is so. And you know what? Let's talk about the insurance industry right now. If you watch television, which I try very hard not to, but you kind of have to just to know what's going on in the world. As you flip through the channels, particularly if you don't have cable, almost, I would say at this point, half the commercials have something to do with insurance. You can get some long-term, short-term, term life, Obamacare, dental insurance, old people insurance, AARP endorsed insurance. Half of the commercials on television during the day have to do with insurance. And you know what? The other half, or maybe we'll say close to another half, maybe 40%, have to do with, which I find kind of hilarious, medical drug class action suits. If you've taken this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, I'm not going to name them because you've seen the commercials, then we got a class action suit for you. If you got your hip replaced, you got your toe jam, if you got a vaginal mesh, if you took some Prozac, some Zoloft or whatever, all these other things. Now they got the poor little children that are taking medication for ADHD and bipolarism. Now they are turning up with breasts, enlarged breasts. I would strongly recommend that you get yourself off of any kind of prescription medication that you might be taking, if at all possible. I would suggest you do some kind of research so you can find a holistic, organic replacement for that. Like I said in the previous video, I don't care what ails you, it's usually a nutrition solution. There's usually something you can do to change the way you eat to make yourself feel better or to alleviate yourself of whatever the symptom is. I will give you an example of that. I did not do a broadcast yesterday because I was not feeling well. I was experiencing some symptoms, and you know what I did? On my little sick bed, I instructed my family to do some research for me, and we looked at all the possibilities of what could have been contributing to my condition, and then we started, by the process of elimination, adding things into my diet yesterday until we began to see results. And then this morning, I implemented the things that I learned yesterday, and here I am today, providing you with another Grown Ass Citizens video because, hey, life's got to go on. So it's not about being sick. It's not about feeling bad. And it's not about running to the doctor every time something is wrong with you. You know, I'm so tired of that. You tell somebody, you know, come on, my toe is hurt. You better go to the doctor. You better go to the doctor. But the reality is the doctors treat symptoms now. They don't really heal you. So if all you're trying to do is get your symptoms addressed, you can do that through nutrition because they don't heal you. They don't. You know what heals you? What really heals you is a clean, clear, holy, spiritually directed mind. That's what's going to keep you living. That's another video, though, because I don't want to get into that today. And all grown-ass citizens ought to get into the practice of prayer and meditation. I don't care what God you focusing on. Get into prayer and meditation. Center yourself and find a place within yourself where you can get true internal peace, where your mind is quieted from the chatter of this world. I guess the spirit must be telling me to tell you all that because that's not on my note cards here. That's not what's in my notes to talk about today. So somebody needs to hear that. So, you know, get into yourself. And I'm not talking about your ego. I'm talking about get into your real self, your holy self, the part of you that is one with all the universe. That part of yourself, that is your real self, the universal self, the subconscious self, the part of you that lives eternally in and with and through all creation. Get in touch with that. You'll feel better. But as far as the radiation goes, yeah, you might want to look into at least know what the symptoms are. Maybe I'll do, I know them, but I don't have it off the top of my head, so I don't want to just rattle that off. But maybe I'll do a special video on that, just so you can kind of think through what you need to do, okay? Particularly if you're out here on the West Coast. But it's going to hit the whole world because the earth is one big thing. You can't disconnect the West Coast from the East Coast, Fukushima from Chernobyl. It's all one. We're all one thing. So we can't say, oh, well, that's just happening over there to those people. And that doesn't affect us because it does. And I am going to post this very ugly picture of all of these blessed starfish come to their demise at the hands of humankind. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And I'm sure if you pay attention to the news at all, or maybe I don't know, because I'm not sure if I see these things. Sometimes I don't know where I saw the things I saw, to be honest with you, because I look at so much information. But there's been lots of broadcasts and news stories, breaking news, on all kinds of sea monsters and animals and things coming out of the ocean now that have tumors and they're deformed and they're abnormal in ways that are even abnormal, like never seen before. Okay, so that's what's happening to the ocean. And the ocean is really the life force of the whole planet. So choose your food wisely and get your unemployment benefits. That's the other thing, your unemployment insurance. Call in your claim if you do it. If I could get mine, I would get some too. Love and
coming
peace.
To the end of the road, the end of the line. Running in and out of excuses and out of time. Are you gonna wait until you're soaking wet to see the rain? Well, maybe you better go inside till the sun shines again. 'Cause you're looking through a glass